The hardware company IBM and mobile operator company Vodacom announced that they are bringing the cloud solution to South Africa. Gijima believes that the timing for the introduction of the managed cloud service offering on South African soil is opportune as the industry readies itself to respond to local enterprise requirements in accelerating their digitalisation strategies. Now, Gijima has already embarked on this journey, moving about 3.5 million mailboxes to the Microsoft 365 cloud platform and moved several clients to the SAP HANA platform. But to tell us more about this, we're now joined in our studio by Gijima CEO Eileen Wilton. Eileen, well, thank you so much for your time. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, please tell us, what the cloud is and exactly how it works.
So the first thing is for people to know about cloud. Cloud is not new to us as South Africans. Anybody who has an iPhone very often is uploading all their data into the cloud. What's important about this announcement, though, is that when we are using an iPhone and our data is going into the cloud, we actually don't know where it's going and we don't know how it's being looked after.
Right.
For companies, when you are operating your enterprise resource planning systems, we call those the systems of record, the systems on which you run every transaction in your company, you have to be especially sure that these are operated in a secure way, that your data is trustable and reliable, that it's protected from cybercrime. And so you can't go into necessarily a public cloud anywhere.
Right.
So this announcement of the three-way arrangement between IBM, Gijima and Vodacom is enabling us to build this facility in South Africa for South Africa and Africa. In addition to that, through this facility, we will be linked into the network of cloud provision in the IBM network worldwide.
Right.
So for those South African companies that have international parts of their operation, they can simply link in wherever they are in the world. And the third thing that's so important about this for South African companies is this is the first time we're able to keep this data on the continent of Africa.
Right.
So all of our sovereignty about data requirements, all of our POPI requirements can be adhered to because we're keeping the data in country.
Now, Eileen, how safe is this new cloud? Because I'm sure companies are wondering, we have so much data, so many, confidential information that we have as companies. Is it hacker-proof? Is it safe? How can you assure companies of its safety?
Yes. So there are two layers to the safety and security. The one layer is the cloud. And the reason we've chosen IBM is well known in the world for having an extremely industrial strength platform, servers, storage, security, and software systems. And they've patented that under the title Cloud Managed Services. In addition to that, IBM is working together with SAP, one of the largest software manufacturers in the world, for these systems of records as the partner of choice for native cloud development.
Right.
So that you can put your SAP platform into this cloud platform and you know that they will be compatible and safe and secure. So that's one part. And then, of course, the second part will be to utilize the enormous benefits you get these days from the security that comes in the network. And these days, companies like Gijima, who are resellers of the key security offerings, for example, like Cisco, where they are now again number one in the world, where they are making the network the secure layer. Instead of a perimeter, everywhere where your network is will have security layers of both hardware and software.
Right.
To ensure the security.
Now, you've explained, exactly how, the SAP HANA platform will work, but what is the Microsoft 365 cloud platform?
Yes, so the Microsoft platform is like the iCloud platform, but for Microsoft products. So it is a public cloud platform, so all your mail and all your Microsoft products are in that public cloud platform. That is wonderful for people who are used to using these days all of the smart devices. So if you have an iPad, for example, recently I was in the USA, I'm able to go online, access Word, change documents on my iPad, anywhere and everywhere, do all my document stuff. I don't have to carry a laptop anymore,
Right.
and I'm able to access all of my files, save them locally, work with them, change them, mark them up, etc. It's about a productivity enabler taking you to that next step.
Now, this shows a definite digital growth for not only the country but for the continent. I'm wondering, will this be creating employment?
It absolutely will. There's so many layers to it. First of all, in the last 10 to 15 years, a lot of the international companies, as South African companies have become part of an international network, have in fact had awards of the IT service provision to international companies who are not on our continent, and jobs have gone away. And this is an opportunity for us to have a stake in the ground of a first world capability. But in addition to that, it enables us to actually drive this up throughout the African continent. So the one is bringing back services, because it doesn't matter now that we're in Africa for the likes of, say, for example, ABSA. Although the ABSA Barclays change is occurring,
Right.
but one of the key things in the ABSA Barclays dynamic was about where should things be. Now it doesn't matter. That debate is over. You can actually have them where you are on the continent you are because of this. And so that brings those jobs back. And then it enables us to grow into Africa.
Well, that's great news indeed. Eileen, unfortunately, that's all the time we had for you, but thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
to A News right on SABC News. That was Gijima CEO Eileen Wilton, of course, updating us more about, how IT service company Gijima, computer hardware company IBM, and mobile operator, that is Vodacom, announced that they are bringing the cloud solution to South Africa.